All right, we call this meeting to order, and we'll move down to Section 2, approval of the agenda, and that is changes to agenda and approval of agenda. And we did have one item on the consent agenda that was deleted, and that was item 8.13, service agreement number 23-83, Matthew Fossa. And with that, I need a motion to approve the agenda.
Move it.
Dr. White makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
A second.
Second, Dr. Kelly. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Section 3, recognitions. We have none tonight. Section 4, visitors, no visitors. And Section 5, administrative personnel appointments. And the first will be 5.1, appointment of specialist budgeting. And Mr. Chambers, I'll turn that over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Brighton School Board. I bring before you Ms. Nicole McMahon. Ms. McMahon is an accountant in the budgeting department. She has worked for Okaloosa County School District for a little over a year. Prior to working for the school district, she was the accountant for the city of Oak Grove in Kentucky. During her 5 years with the city, she managed all human resource functions and maintained and reconciled a $6 million budget. She grew up in Fort Walton Beach, attending Elliott Point Elementary, Meigs Middle School, and Choctaw High School. She received her bachelor's degree in accounting from Cameron University in 2011. She is currently working towards her master's degree in accounting. When she is not at work, she enjoys spending time with her family, kayaking, and playing with her dogs.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chambers. And with that, I need a motion to accept item 5.1, the appointment of specialist of budgeting. I need a motion to accept, please.
I'll move it.
Dr. Kelly makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Second, Ms. Gardner. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Congratulations. I don't think she's here tonight, right? All right, okay. So now we've moved down to item 5.2, and this is appointment of specialist ESOL. Mr. Chambers?
Thank you, Mr. Brighton Board. I bring before you Mr. Gary Massey. Mr. Massey has lived in Northwest Florida since 1985 when he moved here with his parents from Michigan. He graduated from Fort Walton Beach High School, Okaloosa Walton Community College, and the University of West Florida with a master's in educational leadership. Mr. Massey and his wife have been married for over 25 years. They have two amazing boys, James, 25, and Justin, 22. Mr. Massey taught 4th and 5th grade at Longwood Elementary and Plough Elementary for 8 years. He was the Teacher of the Year at Plough Elementary in 2007. Mr. Massey's first administrative position was as the assistant principal in a split position at Ruckle Middle School and Destin Elementary for less than a year. He has been the principal of Bruner Middle School, Shoal River Middle School, Mary Esther Elementary School, and Bob Sykes Elementary School, spanning the last 15 years. Mr. Massey.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chambers. And with that, item 5.2, I need a motion to accept the appointment of specialist, Mr. Gary Massey, ESOL, as recommended by the superintendent for approval. Do I have a motion, please?
I'll move it.
Ms. Vanchek makes a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second, Dr. Kelly. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Congratulations, Mr. Massey. And we're going to move on? Okay.
good.
All right. And now we're to Section 6, and this is public comment. 6.1, members of the public desiring to address the school board Form MIS 5241, public input and/or discussion of agenda items, and I had no blue cards tonight. Section 7 was workshop only, so now we're down to Section 8, consent agenda. 8.1 will be the approval of the consent agenda. Do I have a motion to accept the consent agenda?
I'll move it.
Ms. Gardner makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second it.
Second, Ms. Vanchek. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The motion carries 5-0. So now we'll go all the way down to Section 9, and this is Superintendent's Human Resource Recommendations. Item 9.1 and item 9.2 were information only, so now we'll move down to 9.3, position upgrade. I need a motion to approve, please.
I'll move it.
Dr. Kelly makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second it.
Second, Ms. Vanchek. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. 9.4, out-of-field report for the 2022 through 2023 school year. Need a motion to approve, please.
Move it.
Dr. White makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Ms. Gardner. Any discussion? Hear none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries 5-0. 9.5, employment separations. I need a motion to approve, please.
Move it.
Dr. White makes a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second, Dr. Kelly. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries 5-0. 9.6, personnel recommendations. I need a motion to approve, please.
I'll move it.
Dr. Kelly makes a motion. Do I have a second,
Second.
please? Second, Dr. White. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries 5-0. 9.7, employee transfers. Need a motion to approve, please.
I'll move it.
Ms. Evancheck makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Second, Ms. Gardner. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries 5-0. 9.8, employee suspension. I need a motion to approve, please.
I'll move it.
Ms. Gardner makes a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll
please?
second it.
Second, Ms. Evancheck. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries 5-0. 9.9, employee suspension. I need a motion to approve.
Move it.
Dr. White makes a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second, Dr. Kelly. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries 5-0. 9.10, leave without pay. I need a motion to approve, please.
I'll move it.
Ms. Gardner makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Second, Ms. Evancheck. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries 5-0. There was no items moved from the agenda, from the consent agenda for discussion, so now we'll move down to section 11. And Dr. Kelly, I'll turn it over to you, ma'am.
We have already had our September report, and our next meeting will be October the 10th. So at that board meeting that evening, I'll be glad to give you an update.
All right. Look forward to it.
Thank you.
And we do have some items to vote on tonight, so we'll start with item 11.2, authorization for professional services from Faithful and Gold for price validation for program number 6, task order number 21, Longwood Elementary School classroom renovation. I need a motion to approve, please.
Move it.
Dr. White makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
Second.
Second, Ms. Gardner. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries 5-0. 11.3, authorization for professional services from Faithful and Gold for price validation for program number 6, task order number 23, high school auditorium upgrades. I need a motion to approve, please.
I'll move it.
Dr. Kelly makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
Second.
Second, Dr. White. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries 5-0. Item 11.4, authorization for professional services from Faithful and Gold for price validation for program number 6, task order number 24, Central Administration Complex Renovation, Phase 1. I need a motion to approve, please.
I'll move it.
Ms. Evancheck makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Second, Ms. Gardner. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries 5-0. 11.5 is TPM program number 6, task order number 27, pre-GMP for Bruner Middle School chilled water piping HVAC project. I need a motion to approve, please.
I'll move it.
Ms. Gardner makes a motion. Do I have a second,
I'll
please?
second it.
Second, Ms. Evancheck. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries 5-0. 11.6, TPM program number 6, task order number 28, pre-GMP for district-wide Phase 2 security upgrades. I need a motion to approve, please.
Move it.
Dr. White makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second it.
Second, Ms. Evancheck. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries 5-0. We had no items on Section 12, and now we are at Section 13, Attorney's Business. Mr. McInnes?
No report tonight.
Thank you, sir. And now we'll go to Superintendent's Business. Mr. Chambers, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Bryant, School Board. I do have a couple items tonight. As you know, there is a hurricane out there that is fast approaching Florida. I do want you to know that we are in communication with Patrick Maddox from the county as well as Eglin. And one of the things that we've added to our process this year, as whether it be hurricanes, whether it be those strong thunderstorms that come, we will also consort with Eglin as well as an added measure. But Mr. Horton has diligently been on the phone with Patrick Maddox over the weekend, today. We'll continue that communication. As of right now, it doesn't look like there'll be a strong impact in our area. So currently, we still have every intention of attending school throughout the week. If anything were to change, we would get that communication out. I do appreciate Mr. Horton getting information out, emails, social media, and to our parents. So we will continue to do that throughout this time. And then secondly, on Friday, we had a great announcement that I know that we're all proud of. And as you know, last year, we went through a year-long accreditation process with Cognia. And just to put things into perspective, Cognia is the group that does accreditation for school districts. And they work with over 36,000 public and private institutions. And they are in 90 countries, so that's their span. And one of the things that they look at, or I should say 3 things that they look at when they come into a school district, is they look at leadership capacity, learning capacity, and resource capacity. And all 3 of those areas go throughout the entire school district, first and foremost at the school level and the district offices as well. And as you remember, when they finished that accreditation process, they came back, in 29 of the 31 areas, we rated the highest that you could rate. And if you remember our point value at that time, we were all very excited about the point value, which was over 100 points above the average nationally. Well, on Friday, I was notified that Okaloosa County School District was named a worldwide school system of distinction. And I think that's something that we can all be very proud of. And just a few facts on that. So our school district was one of 38 school systems in the world to be named a Cognia System of Distinction. And we just read a second ago that they work with over 36,000. And to be one
Wow.
of 38 to receive that distinction
That's
this
huge.
year, I think is something that is a great testament to our teachers, our staff, and our administrators who work so hard for our students. And of course, this is also a testament to our students and families in this community who supports our school district, I would argue, and place it against anybody. And then this is what was said by the Cognia president. He said, "Congratulations to the 2022 schools and systems of distinction for demonstrating excellence in education and meeting the Cognia performance standards. Based on the results of their 2021-2022 accreditation reviews, each of these schools and systems demonstrated evidence of growth in learning, a healthy culture for learning, engaging and high-quality instructional environments, and effective leadership for learning." And again, I couldn't be more proud of our schools and our district staff for this honor. And I do thank the board, because this could not be done without the support that you all provide for us each and every day. So thank you.
It's a great-
Were
and
there
you-
many more in Florida?
I'm so glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that. First and foremost, our partner, Walton County, Mr. Hughes over there, they're one. There was 5 in the state of Florida. Mr. Hughes, Walton County, they were one. And so give a shout out to them, but also Collier County, Pasco County, and Volusia. So 5 out of 67 this year in the state of Florida.
That's great.
That's awesome.
Thank you for asking
Something
that.
to be proud of, very proud.
Awesome.
There we go.
Yeah, that's amazing. Wow.
That is it, sir.
Okay. So before we go to school board members' announcements, we're going to just wait just a few seconds because we do have to go into public hearing, and we're just 1 minute away from that.
Okay.
So give me. Always love to hear those good news stories there.
That's just amazing.
Was very, very proud for our district.
It's incredible.
For our whole community.
I didn't know they even designated, I knew we had the high score, but were you aware of this program?
I would like to say I was, but I was not.
Okay, so I didn't even know that, that was an option, so.
Have we ever received this? I don't remember in my years that we've received anything along.
We have a wealth of information on this board
I
or
haven't heard of it
experience on this
before.
board, and I don't recall that.
Right.
Different company, okay.
All right. So we are now at 6:15, and we are at public hearing. So if you go down to section 17, and Mr. McInnes, I'm going to turn it over to you for the first one.
Yes, sir. The First item tonight under 17.1, we would ask that the board consider a motion to reconsider your vote on item 17.11 at your September 12th, 2022 school board meeting.
All right, I need a motion for reconsideration.
Move it.
Dr. White makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Ms. Gardner. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries 5-0.
Now, Mr. Chairman, that matter is before the board again for tonight for public hearing.
Okay.
And this is the school district budget, special revenue funds, other federal programs, Fund 420 for fiscal year 2022-2023 in the amount of $26,148,187.36.
Okay, thank you, Mr. McInnes. Is there anybody from the public here wishing to address item 17.1? Seeing and hearing none, I need a motion to approve item 17.1.
Move it.
Dr. White makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Second, Dr. Kelly. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries 5-0. So now we are to item 17.2, public hearing for textbook adoption instructional materials for mathematics for college liberal arts, presented by Ryan Gore, Program Director, Curriculum and Instruction, and this is recommended by the superintendent for approval. Is there anybody from the public wishing to address item 17.2? Hearing and seeing none, I need a motion to approve item 17.2.
I'll move it.
Ms. Carter makes a motion. Do I have a second,
I'll
please?
second.
Second, Ms. Vancheck. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, and the motion carries 5-0. So now we are at board members' announcements and requests for information, and tonight I'm going to start with Dr. Kelly.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair. So you might have heard me say at the workshop that Plough Elementary is participating in the Walk and Roll to School Day. That will be Wednesday, October the 12th, and it really is to highlight the benefits of physical activity and enjoying walking to school with your children. And so they will meet at the corner of John Sims Parkway and Wise Avenue at 7:45, and they'll walk to the school. So get out and join them, particularly if the weather is beautiful that day. I'd also like to thank Okaloosa Gas for sponsoring Lewis School in its participation in the Chattahoochee Basin Alliance program, Grasses and Classes. This time they helped restore Florida Park in Valparaiso. And congratulations to Niceville High School senior Nick Ford for being named a National Merit semifinalist. He carries a 4.67 GPA, so he now advances to the next level in that competition, but those finalists won't be announced until the spring. And then lastly, I would just like to mention that there is a program online called scorebook.com, and they are promoting a Friday night high school football vibe, which has the best Friday night football vibe in the state. And there are 8 schools on there to be chosen from. You can go online and vote for your pick. Niceville High School is the only one in our area. Right now, we are leading with a 73% lead, but we don't want to let that slide. So if you can, go to scorebook.com and vote for Niceville High School for the Friday night high school football vibe. That's all I have.
All right, thank you.
The vibe is important.
All right,
There you
thank
go.
you, Dr. White. Or Dr. White, thank you, Dr. Kelly, Dr. White.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman. So tonight, I'll just focus on our middle schools in my district, District 1, and starting with Pryor Middle School. They have their plan of care tutoring schedule on their Facebook page, so it was great to see that they've got that going already. And they had a great turnout for their open house, and it was called Meet, Greet, and Eat.
Ooh, I
Because
like
the Fort
that.
Walton Beach Fire Department cooked hundreds of hamburgers.
Wow,
And I thought
that's
that was a
great.
pretty good idea
Yeah,
to
it is.
be sure you had a good turnout for open house.
Mm-hmm.
And also congratulations to Pryor because they received a $10,000 donation from Subaru
Ooh.
and Step One
Yeah.
Automotive.
Wow,
So
that's great.
very,
That's a pretty good
very
one.
grateful to them for that. And then for Meigs Middle School, anyone ever associated with Meigs Middle School remembers 8th grade appreciation day. And Meigs Middle School just had another one, and it was a great success. So just wanted to extend thanks to those middle schools for all the good work that they're doing in District 1, and I know throughout the county.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you, Dr. White. Ms. Carter?
Yes, I have a voice tonight, so I'm able to
Yeah.
participate in this. I also would like to congratulate Olivia Mead, along with Nicholas Ford, for the merit was I?
National
Merit Scholarship. I have a voice, but I can't read. But this is very impressive to know that they are required to have, when I was reading more about it, when they apply for this, they have to have an outstanding academic record throughout their high school years. To be endorsed, they must be recommended by a school official, write an essay, earn SAT, ACT scores that confirm these students' their earlier performance. And these are, I think I saw somewhere it was like 1% of our high school students. And I mean, this is an incredible, and I think every year we have students that are part of this National Merit Scholarship. Also, unfortunately, due to weather conditions, the 50th anniversary of the first graduating class at Fort Walton Beach High School, I was not in the first, close, but not in the first. They were going to have their big celebration this Friday night, and they just announced a few hours ago that they were going to cancel that due to people traveling and the impending hurricane, the weather conditions. They're hoping to reschedule that sometime this spring, but it's hard to believe. 50 years. I know we were talking about Choctawhatchee, and I wanted to say something last Thursday, but wasn't able to. But my goodness, how fast these years fly by. Friday night is still military night, so even though they're not able to do the anniversary of our first graduating class, they will still be out supporting the military. So come on out Friday night and cheer on the Vikings and support our men and women who serve our country. And Mr. Chambers, I mentioned this several times last year, but I'm very impressed with Catch the Wave last year and again this year. And there are two versions for parents and for our employees. And again, I was looking through the September of both of those publications and the wealth of information that's there. And I just want to keep shouting out for our parents to go on our website, school's website, and to look at these resources. Reading through those, there's resources you can sign up for free, how to get onto different sites, our half-cent sales tax projects. You can see what's going on not only in your school but in other schools throughout our district, how to sign up for the parent portal, employees, your risk management, retirement. But Mr. Chambers, you and your departments really do a very nice job with Catch the Wave, and I just want to keep encouraging individuals to look at that. And if you're part of the community, you're welcome to look at it also. Go to the website and see what's going on, the great things in our school. And it's hard to believe, Dr. Kelly, you mentioned October the 12th, that our next board meeting is October the 6th.
October,
This
I
is
know.
October already, so it's flying by, and that's it for tonight.
Did we get the days countdown?
53
No,
days
no,
till
okay.
Thanksgiving break.
Oh, don't say Christmas, don't say Christmas.
Of course, in Florida, October, it still feels, I mean, the end of September still feels like it's July, so.
Well, thank goodness this cold front is pushing. I hate
Yes.
to say that for other people, but thank goodness that cold front, it might be like 89 the next couple of days, but thank goodness it is kind of pushing it away from us.
And we're happy that it's 89.
Well, in the higher elevations, I think it's gonna get down to 50-something tonight in Crestview, so.
Tonight?
You guys have fun up there.
Or tomorrow
We're
night, I
glad.
think it is.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Vancha?
Yes, okay. I just want to remind the public to go back, 8.14 that we had on our agenda is real important. We had a big discussion on our insurance, our benefits, and we covered a lot of things. And I think our employees and the public would find it useful to go back to that and listen to that whole explanation. That's very important. Some changes there, but I think it's going to be great for our employees and for our district moving forward, and that's kind of the way we need to go. All right, it is homecoming week at Baker, and I'm glad to be there. I'm hoping that storm stays away because I need to be out there in that parade. And if you have never taken part in the homecoming parade at Baker, first of all, it is a throwback to yesteryear because they go around the neighborhood. People bring out the lawn chairs with the umbrellas over them, and I have never seen so much candy thrown ever. And it's a true community event. When the Gators get marching through the thing, they stop Highway 4 up there. It's amazing what they're able to do, but it's exciting to see that kind of tradition and excitement going on, and they'll have Al E. Gator out, and I'm looking forward to it. It's always a really fun time being a part of the Baker Gators, and and appreciate that. And then, of course, they move on. In the morning, they have the Gator Growl, and then that night, they're going to take the field in their homecoming game. So I'm looking forward to Friday night.
You can
Thank
stock
you.
up on Halloween candy.
Listen, I had to go buy stuff because they will boo you if
Yeah,
you don't have enough candy to throw out, okay? So,
They'll give you
know,
a look, that's for
hey,
sure.
I would do, yeah, I don't have candy.
Hey, listen, I'm glad, I've
it
already
better be
gotten
good.
elected, that way I don't have to worry about not getting the votes if I don't have that candy, so, anyway, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Van Check. And finally, it is Crestview and Niceville on Friday night. And of course, I have to extend to my colleague over here our friendly wager that we have. And I am confident that Coach Grant and Crestview are going to come out and they're going to win this game because I do not need to go to Niceville High School to wear a Niceville Eagle shirt.
It would be all right.
It's all right. No, I've always said that,
All
you
for
know.
one for all.
That's right. We do live in Okaloosa County, and it is all in fun, and we do
Yes, it
support
is.
each other, and, but I always like to have a little fun with my Niceville colleague here, and, you know, but we'll wish everybody who's playing on Friday night to have a safe game and have fun, and encourage everybody to go out and support your home team.
I think we're about mid-season, aren't we? 5 or 6, we're at game
Yeah.
6,
So.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Ms. Appleberg, Dr. Hale, nothing about your trip? And Ms. Lightborn, Mr. Horton, Ms. Perry. All right.
Mr. Chairman, you have item 16.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just thinking ahead here. 16.1, members of the public desiring to address the school board, Form MIS 5241, public input and/or discussion of agenda items. This is the 2-minute version, and I did not receive any blue cards, but is there anybody wishing to speak? Hearing none? All right, this meeting's adjourned.
All right.